Hello again. Oh my goodness. Today, something that I absolutely love to do. We're going to be transforming a shipping box into something beautiful and useful. So I got me my old box here. This is just a shipping box that I get from a big box kind of store every once in a while. And there's all the supplies that I'm going to need. The box itself tucks in. It's got the flap that tucks in. But my idea is to put some magnets on that bad boy on the outside and make it sort of a flap, if you get what I'm saying there. Put the magnets to hold it on the outside. This, spoiler alert, does not work. However, I kept it in because you know what? It happens. One of the things that I really dislike is watching these videos where nothing ever goes wrong for these people that are making the craft or doing the project. So I'm keeping mine in because I make mistakes and I just want everybody else to know that it's okay. This stuff, however, is fabulous. This is book tape. It is 1 inch wide. Here's the info there, book guard. I got it off of Amazon. It is great. I've been using it a lot, and I'm definitely going to use it for this project. However, you don't need to rush out and buy any. You can use paint. So this is, I know it's summer, but this is the paper pad that I am going to use. And this really jumped out at me, this little piece here. And I don't know why, but it kind of ends up saving my bacon in the end. And I'll show you, I'll show you what happens with that. So I'm just going to pick out some papers, definitely that one, and get going. I'm using black gesso paint to paint the inside. You don't have to use gesso. You don't have to use black. You can use whatever color you want. My book tape is black, so that's part of why I'm using that. And as you can see here, I'm just painting the inside. Again, if you wanted to cut paper and line the inside as well, you certainly could. But that is really the only part that I'm going to be painting, is just the inside on the bottom and on the sides, as I'm indicating here. So there, the inside is painted, and I've put on my first piece of book tape, and I'm especially glad to have this on the creases because I just think it really helps with the strength of the piece. But again, if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. This is the one way to put the tape on. You just put down a piece that's about the size you need, and then you can eyeball the halfway point. And that way you get, pretty much half on one side, half on the other. It's very strong, but it's a little forgiving. See that buckle right there that I get? Once I turn that over, you can see how that buckle just kind of pops out. So I'm just very careful about laying it down, making sure that it's on there pretty good. You can use your brayer if you've got one. I just make sure that it's on there quite well. And again, as long as it's, half-ish and half-ish on either side, you are fine. I'm going to trim up that funky little piece at the top there. There you go. This is another way, I think it's easier, is if you cut a piece to approximately the length you need and fold it backwards, and then lay that right on the edge or the crease. because then you can just kind of see it a little better, I think. And boom, there we go. And before you plaster it all down, you can again trim it if you need to. You can see on the bottom there that, you know, it's not perfect. Again, I'm not perfect. That's going to be covered. Don't sweat it. I've got everything covered here except for the very top there up in the upper right, because there's 2 layers of cardboard there. It's folded over on each other. So I did not feel the need to put the book tape on that. That's just paint. So here we go. I am going to be covering the sides and the flaps. I'm measuring, and what you have to remember is whatever the measurement is, take off approximately 1/2 inch, because that's a 1/4 inch on all sides that you have to play with. That's where your tape and or paint is. So you have to make sure that your paper is going to fit in there nicely. And you can see there's several strips here that will work nicely. But those little ones down at the bottom, I really wanted to use that, but even with the gold strips, not gonna work. So I do end up using the other ones though. Oh, I really like those. I also went through and fussy cut this Twiki, and I'm not a fan of white edges, so I'm just inking the edges just a little bit. And also what I'm going to do is, I don't know why there's that black mark there. Anyway, I'm going to be matting that and also cutting around that mat too, just to add a little dimension. Here also is where I am measuring now the tops. I measured all the sides, all the flaps. And so now I'm measuring the tops to come up with some cool papers for that. Remember, 1/2 inch. And I ended up choosing this for the top. I really love the greens. I just think that's really cute. And this plaid piece, I'm thinking that would be really cute along the edges. I've inked the sides of everything. And so cute. There's the inside. And there's the magnets. I have put magnets on the inside underneath that pumpkin strip up there. And then I've put the washers. And I'm going to put them underneath, the paper. It doesn't work. The magnets are just not strong enough to go through the 2 layers of cardstock. So this is me carefully taking off the washers because I have another idea. I'm okay with this at this point. So I'll just go ahead and put my papers on. And here I'm just showing you that I am getting rid of all the white edges. Putting them all around my box with a little bit of glue. Of course, you can use any size box that you might have too. I think a medium-sized one like I have here though is smallish to medium. It's pretty nice. I also put just some regular brownish colored card stock on the bottom just to give it a nice finished look. But that's how easy it is. I put kind of a lot of glue on there so that I have a little bit of playtime to make sure that it's even. And then I just stick it on really well. So my thought is I'm going to put the washers on the outside and I'll just decorate the washers So I get out my Crocodile and my 1-inch circle cutter. And I'm going to cut a couple. The shadows. What? Oh, yeah. One day, my room will be finished and I won't have the shadows. So I'm just cutting out a couple of circles. Then I'm marking the center. And I'm going to cut that center with the Crocodile. Ink everything up. And I'm going to glue that cardstock there to the front of those washers, just to make them sort of decorative. As you can see, kind of cute, okay? And then I'm going to glue those onto the front, which I have done. Or no, that's what I'm going to do. This is just me. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac since I need it to hold quite well. And this is me trying to figure out exactly where to put those washers so that they will line up with the magnets. Another spoiler alert. This doesn't work either. Doesn't work either. So I really took a lot of time trying to figure out where to put these bad boys so that it would all work. I double creased that fold. I did everything that I could possibly think of, and it still didn't work. Those little magnets were just not strong enough. So remember, in that top flap there was the little saying with some twine on the paper. So I thought, that's what we're going to do. So I went and I got some twine. Oh, here's me putting the matted turkey on. Wondering, where should it go? Where should it go? Yeah, it's just going to go right back there. I hung mine off just a little bit, just for fun. Oh, and I also put it on, like raised, the raised tape to give it a little dimension. And then what I'm going to do here is I just made bows with the twine, taking my inspiration from that paper. And I'm just going to put little dots of glue in the center of those washers that don't work. Because you know what? Things happen. And then I'm going to put the little twine bows on there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I still really like it. You can see the twine there. And then the twine little bows on the front there. I couldn't take them off because it would tear the paper. It was just a hot mess. What are you going to use this for, Kim? Well, you could put recipe cards in it, photos, if you're working on a scrapbook, ephemera. You could put cards, mail, put your remotes in it, pens, whatever you want to use it for. I think I'm going to put some ephemera in mine and store it. I love it. Thanks so much for stopping by, you guys, and I hope you're having a great time this week with the Craftopia takeover.